Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Live Inspired podcast, Monday Morning Moments with John O'Leary. As a kid, meeting someone new often sent my heart racing. You see, I worried that they would judge me for the scars on my face, maybe the burns on my arms, or maybe the fingers that were no longer there. My mom, always able to read her kids' thoughts and then directly coach them up, observed my pain and hesitation when meeting new people. One day, Mom knelt down next to me, looked me in the eye, and said, "John, you are as good as anyone that you will ever meet. And if shaking hands makes you nervous, here's what you need to do instead. Extend your right hand, and with your left arm, pull them in for a hug. Let them know who you are before they have time to decide what they think they see." Then she said something that echoed through my life ever since. Your scars will not define you. The way you show up will. That's a strong line. I'm going to say it to you one more time today. Here it is. Your scars will not define you. The way you show up will. My friends, through the years, I've noticed that my mom, as so often is the case, was right. Sure, some people might make judgments and they might look away in fear, but far more often, confidence, kindness, and the way we treat others carry far more weight than snap judgments or superficial scars. I thought of Mom's advice while reading a fascinating study that put her wisdom to the test. Researchers gathered a group of ordinary participants and had a makeup artist create realistic scars on their faces. The artist would show the participants their scars in the mirror before sending them in for the job interview. They wanted participants to see the transformation in the reflection for themselves. But just before the participants prepared to leave the room, the makeup artist would claim one more last touch-up was needed. A bit of primer, a setting spray to make sure the scar kept from fading. In reality, this final step was not to further exaggerate the scar, but to completely wipe it away. The participants would leave the makeup artist thinking the scar was still on their face, but in reality, they were totally scar-free. So what happened? Well, universally, the participants left the interview feeling judged, dismissed, and treated differently. They noticed stares, they reported negative remarks, and they were convinced the interviewer has seen the scar and maybe even seen that scar had cost them getting the job. A scar, my friend, that they were being judged on, my friends, that wasn't even there. My friends, think about that. The wound wasn't on their face. The wound was in their mind. How often do we do the same thing? We walk into meetings, into relationships, into Mondays, already convinced that our past mistakes, our struggles, our losses, our brokenness are what define us. We interpret neutral looks as rejection, silence as judgment, uncertainty as failure, or innocent comments as negative slights. My friends, the truth is the same today as it was for me when my mother knelt down in front of me years ago. Our scars will not define us, but the way we show up will. We get to decide whether our scars, visible or invisible, will be the headline of our lives, or if our courage, our kindness, and our love will be. We get to choose how we show up, what meaning we assign to the past, and the next right step we can take going forward. Because it turns out our stories aren't defined by what happened to us. Our stories are defined by how we show up and what we do next. My friends, I want to thank you for showing up today in our world, and I want to remind you in your world that the foundation is firm, the headwinds may be real, but the best is yet to come. So for this time and until next time, my name is John O'Leary, and today is your day. What a gift. Live with your soul on fire.